Hello guys, and welcome to episode 41 of my Rome 2 Total War campaign with the Iceni tribe. Today we're going to be heading further east with our armies, but before we start I am going to take the advice of somebody in the last video who commented that I hadn't given a household to this general here who owns the noble stags. His name is Sorricio, and I'm going to look to see if I have any morale. So here we go, +5 morale for all units, but +1 gravitas per turn. I've got to make sure that Sorricio is not a member of the other chiefs, otherwise giving him that extra gravitas will unfortunately not be in my favour. So yeah, it looks like he is a member of the other chiefs, so giving him +1 gravitas per turn is probably not a good idea, so I'm going to have to shy away from that particular household. Let's see if we can find one with +5% morale for all units without anything else. We've got +5% melee attack skill for all infantry units, that's pretty good. +5 melee attack skill for all units. Just to save time, I think I'm going to go for this one, +5% melee attack for all units. I think that'll come in handy, just to make all of these better, because we don't necessarily need morale for the chosen units and for the veteran riders, because these all have very high base morale anyway. But getting that extra attack could be useful for cutting down enemy armies quicker. So I'm going to go with that. Now before I go into the next turn, there's something else I want to do, and that is go into the diplomacy. So the Odorisian Kingdom is who I want to be talking to. They're quite friendly with me. So let's see
have need of talk,
if we can,
I'm sure, but we also need good food, a warm fire, and warm women.
Defensive alliance, maybe? No. The chance of that was low. The reason I'm doing this is because, as you can see, when I click on them, they don't actually mind me at all. They actually are quite friendly with me. However, it doesn't look like they necessarily want to have an alliance with me at the moment. I'm not exactly sure why. Having that good relations with them, I don't know. Maybe if I click defensive alliance and I add some money.
Money can be offered to, or demanded, as reparations for war, tribute to avoid attack.
No, doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Okay, so we'll leave that for next turn. Probably offer them a bit more money than that, and we'll see what happens. But we've done all the troop movements for this turn in the last episode, so let's go ahead and click the end turn button. A noble death. Who died this time? Well, the consorts of Morrigan need a new general. See who we can get. Imbetos from the Elder Chiefs, probably a good idea, and we're going to give him some heroic nobles. Now where exactly is this army? I wonder. But invasion Vorse lands and assassination attempt by Lycorix on Adiatorix. Single combat. They failed, it seems. Got an alliance forged between the BFE and the Getae. The Scordisci have been destroyed. Beros is the one who died. Fortunate. Adbugio has increased in rank. Wonderful. So let's increase some of his traits. I think I'm going to upgrade his politics to give us +10% tax rate from civil administration. And let's check the rest of the messages before we do anything else. So, Massilia. They have slums. Not what I want at all, so I'm going to have to downgrade that. Then, natural causes. We've got enemy wounded. Nensula tried to poison the wells in Tingis. Serves her right. Then we got the motivated populace in Italia. Household expands for Oglach, giving him +5 melee infantry melee attack upon recruitment, +5% charge bonus for all units, and +1 zeal. Blimey, that's giving him a lot of traits, isn't it? Then we've got Troubled Populace in Celtica and Illyria. We've got a Quartermaster's report with 3 Chosen Sword Band finished for the Woad Warriors over in Abora. Gonna come in handy. Nearly finished recruiting our chosen unit so we can move that army out soon. And Mauritania, unhappy populace. I can now start converting these buildings in Midgol that we took over last turn. So I'm going to convert this one probably to a goldsmith to increase our revenue, and then this one to a bard's grove for the research rate and the druidic nobles. We can think about upgrading this artisan's lodging to something else. Maybe another goldsmith could be good, because that gives you plus 5% wealth from all buildings. But we could go for something like the blacksmith that would allow us to make ballistas, or the bronze workshop that could lead towards chosen spear band and chosen sword band. Either way, I'm not too concerned about what I'm going to exactly do at the moment. However, I do need to get some new troops into that army as soon as possible because he still has levy freemen. Now, this army, I think I might be able to move him out of Isle this turn. Yes, I will. So let's head towards Demidi. There are going to be plenty of armies in the way. We've got the Heralds of Alatu, the Horns of Gurzil, and the Sentinels of Sand to deal with. So I'm going to stand on the border for now. I'll see if I can bring over the Mist of Doom from Tingis. Let's see if we can move him out. Yep, we can. Goes down to 0 public order, which is fine. So I'm probably going to force march him towards my other army in order to have a more fair battle on my hands when I go to attack Demidi. We've also got Penios, our scout. I'm going to head him over there, and we can use him to whittle down these armies before we attack. Have a look through the forces tab. So all of the druids should be doing their job. This one is not, and therefore I'll set him to administration. Anauni, not doing too much of a good job converting Tingis and the province of Mauritania to our culture, and we're only down 7% in our own culture now. But Adiatorix over here in Brundisium, he's fine. He's already doing his job. This navy is going to go and attack the last Gaetuli navy. And hopefully this will destroy the Gaetuli once and for all. So let's go ahead and auto-resolve this with an aggressive stance. With any luck, we'll get the message that the Gaetuli have been destroyed.
Your next command?
He's increased in rank, and the naval traditions have also increased, but no ridding of the Gaetuli, unfortunately. So let's give them their tradition. I think a good idea would be to maybe go for able seamen, considering it's my only navy at the moment, which will increase their campaign map movement range. Or I could go with master shipwrights to increase the health of all ships and reduce naval recruitment costs, again because I only have one navy. Or I could go with formidable marines, which upgrades from 4% melee attack skill for all assault ships to plus 8% melee attack skill for all assault units and plus 4 weapon damage. I think I'm going to go with the able seaman. Now for the general himself, I'm going to increase his dread trait to give him minus 20% morale for all enemy units. That's amazing. Plus the weapon damage for melee and missile units. It's a very, very good trait, that. Let's take advantage of that and move all the way back towards the Syracuse at Carthage. let's have a look at what else is on the map. Got the Swords of Power all the way up here in Ildon. I have a feeling that we may have to deal with this navy soon. The troop movements of the Iceni Tribal Council have been rather confusing. But I'm going to take the spear runners out onto their boats, and we're going to attack the hunters of Cassidius.
Fight! Fight for your ancestors!
They will retreat, and we will attack them again and hopefully destroy the army. I'm going to go with an auto resolve and get rid of that. So that's one army down, and increase the rank of my general. So let's go ahead and give him the warrior trait. Then I'm going to keep him near Muradunan, I think, for now. And we'll see where the other armies head, because we've got one down here, the Champions of Albion. They could attack Iska next turn, or maybe go round to attack Camuladunan. This army here, the Mists of Doom, might attack Eblana. And now the Woad Warriors are heading once again towards Eberakan. I'm really not sure how to deal with all of this troop movement. I think I might get the Burning Men to go round and face off against them. At least block their path and force them to attack me. Okay. Let's check the other armies. The Will of Andrasta in Midgard, they're going to have to stay there to deal with the public order. We've got the Abraucus' Vanquishers. They're in fast move stance, and they're heading round to take on the Eravisi in Akink. I'm going to get the men out of Iada, and we're going to start marching towards Segestica. Now this is going to make it go down to -28 next turn, which in 3 turns will cause a rebellion. However, I'm hoping that within the next turn, I will be able to take both Segestica and Akink. However, that was actually a bad idea, because Iada is, like I said before, a settlement in the Illyria province, not in the same province as Segestica and Akink like I previously believed. So that will not fix itself anytime soon. I'm going to have to quickly repair all the buildings, possibly just dismantle them, in order to convert the province, and I'll have to send this army back next turn, which will be annoying. But it's the only way I can do it now that I've already moved the army out. That was a little mistake on my part. But that's it for troop movements this turn. We've used up most of my money. See if there's anywhere else across here that could use a little more cash spent on it. Don't have enough to upgrade this artisan's lodging at all, so I think I'm just going to go ahead once again and hit the end turn button. An alliance forged between Tylis and the Odorisian Kingdom. An invasion force lands of the Iceni Tribal Council once again. A hidden agent has been exposed. No problem there. But 2 armies approaching Camuladunan. Not really what I had planned. I do have the money to spend on upgrading this in order to help it defend itself. At the moment we would have the garrison of 2 farmers, 1 sword band, 1 Britain skirmishers and 3 Britain slingers, and the Bronze Workshop will provide an extra sword band unit and some farmers. We'd get some salt raiders from fishermen ports and some extra slingers and farmers from the Shrine of Resmerta. So it would probably hold out on its own. These are very, very depleted armies. However, I am going to move around the Burning Men with forced march stance to back up Camuladunan. I'm going to chase them round, mainly because I think that's the best way to keep up with this army. Even if they do attack Camuladunan next turn, I don't think we'll have to try too hard to defend it.
For the tribe.
Now another army has appeared near the coast of Hurrah, so we're going to take the spear runners out for another jaunt on the seas to kill this next army. They're once again going to retreat, and we will destroy them in an aggressive stance. They've increased their military traditions, so let's go with the plus 3% weapon damage inflicted by melee units, because the entire army is melee at the moment, pretty much, except from the four slingers. And I'm going to send them back to shore at Hurrah. Now if I can, I'm going to add some Britain scout riders to this army now, because they really need some cavalry support to make this army more viable once I move it out of Britain.
Ready for battle.
So it looks like I'm going to have to leave it up here, but the Iceni Tribal Council down to 2 armies. Ildon slowly getting happier. And the military presence in this province is still plus 12, so moving out my army would possibly leave Ildon hating me again. Yep, minus 7. Don't want it to be that low. Right, like I said last turn, I'm going to have to move this army back to garrison Iada before I lose control of the settlement. That's going to 19 turns we now have in order to solve the public order before a rebellion, so that's perfectly enough time. We're going to build a sacred enclosure here, and it doesn't look like we need to convert these buildings because they are already barbarian, which is going to help a lot with the public order straight away. Now, going to change to a normal stance with Abraucus's vanquishers, and we're going to hit Segestica with this army because it's in range to attack. So this is going to be the first battle of this episode, so let's jump straight in with our Wodge of Sword Band and Spear Band. We've got a few cavalry units of Britain Scout Riders and plenty of Britain Skirmishers to take out their Celtic Tribesmen, Celtic Skirmishers, Light Horse and Celtic Slingers. So we're going to wait for the fog to disappear, go with a dry attack. Now, Abraucus's Vanquishers, probably one of the first armies I actually created, and you can tell that especially by the amount of unit ranks that each of the units have, some of them being even gold. This one is unit rank 8. I'm going to get all my spear band together on the left over here. We're going to charge through with the sword band as well in the same place, and the Britain skirmishers. Then we're going to get the veteran riders alongside the Britain scout riders to charge through the other side of the settlement over here. A general can accompany my infantry because they will need the buffs the most. Okay, so let's just grab our men. I'm going to quickly group them in order to control them a bit easier. There we go. And we're just going to charge straight up and run them down in their settlement. Here we go. We are advancing on their lines. Spears up in front And the swords behind for the sustained fighting. Now we can start moving in the cavalry from behind. They can all come through this gap, and it will allow us to pincer very, very well.
Riders, ready! Britons!
So hopefully I'll just be able to charge down the enemy pretty easily. Celtic tribesmen probably won't stand a chance because I've got basically upgraded units and these are worse than levy freemen.
Warriors, move out! Warriors, ready!
Oh, my cavalry getting caught out back here. My,
Write them down!
not expect that to happen.
Write them down!
Well, managed to get a couple of scout rider units out. They're light horse, catching out my veteran riders, but unfortunately no match.
Kill, kill, kill!
My infantry has engaged, well, you can't really call this a front line, but their men, have engaged their men, and they're probably going to die very, very quickly. We got our cavalry out of there so that they couldn't be taken down by the spear units.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Orders!
We can turn around some of these
Warriors!
units to charge back onto the reinforcements.
Britons! Ancestors! Honor
Grab all of my infantry and we'll take out their tribesmen. This unit of Celtic skirmishers all on its own is going to get a nice charge from my Britain scout riders, and I'll probably give them frenzy charge just to make it all the more brutal. Let's watch this Celtic skirmishers unit just get disintegrated. Oh, poor guys. Look how far some of the men went flying.
melted!
We've pretty much killed them all. One last unit of Celtic tribesmen going to get charged by my veteran riders and scout riders, and that's going to end the battle right there. So there we go. Decisive victory for us. We lost 18 men, they lost 1,449. Job done. Let's go ahead and sack Segestica. We'll attack it again and occupy it for ourselves. And I can upgrade Abraux's Vanquish's traditions to make them an even more unrelenting force. More campaign movement range would be helpful, more charge bonus, and extra morale also. I would have looked at the new ones, but I know that upgrading that one is still pretty good. So after taking Segestica, now this army will go in and take our king. So let's go ahead and repair these buildings, as we'll probably be able to make use of them. The Shrine of Canunus being quite a good one. However, I might want to convert that if I can, after I've repaired it, to a Shrine of Rosmerta, just to help with the happiness to begin with. So, see if we can continue moving the Mists of Doom to come help out the Consorts of Morrigan and taking Demidi for ourselves. Over in Midgol, still going to have to leave a military presence there. Up at Abora, the men will have recruited their chosen spear band, so it's time for them to move out. This is my generic cavalry army, as you can see by the 6 units of scout riders. They can move out of Abora now, leaving it on 0 public order per turn, which is fine. And we will go with a force march stance and start driving them across the top of North Africa.
priestess of the old ways.
So this druid should have finished converting the culture. Yep, that's 100% now. We're going to move him down to help out Nauni next to Tingis in converting the culture of Mauritania. So that should get converted pretty quickly. Now over in Italia, we no longer need this druid there. I'm going to start heading him round towards Iada in order to convert the population there. And near Brundisium, we've nearly finished converting the culture of Magna Graecia. Once he's done, we can push him across also eastwards, maybe up towards Segestica to convert this province of Pannonia.
Hail to the mother! How can I help?
So let's see what else we have left to move.
Battle!
Swords of Power can't be moved. The Will of Andrasta cannot be moved. We've sorted out the rest of the armies.
Live to serve the people of Britain!
And the consorts of Morrigan are just going to have to stand there for another turn, waiting to attack Demidi. Fine. Now, we have 6,300 gold left. So let's have a look at what we can spend it on. I'm going to upgrade to a Bard's Grove. That's actually in Ariminum, but it's in the province of Italia. Upgrade to a Bard's Grove there, so I allow them to make Druidic nobles, but also increase my technology, because that should help out a lot. Now, in Raetia et Noricum, I'm going to create a Grove of Rosmerta. That will increase the happiness here, because currently it's only +1 per turn. We continue to have a look around. We can try and find some more places to spend money on. Massilia, should probably upgrade this to a commons before it becomes slums again. That being the best use of that land. And at Burdigala, we can also think about expanding the city and creating another commons here as well. There we go. That used up most of the money. I don't want to leave it on the end of a turn again, so go ahead and click that end turn button in preparation for the next episode. Knossos and Tylus have forged an alliance. Trade agreement has been dissolved with the Bastonais because they have probably been killed. Sanoustikos, increasing rank for Anauni, and a mission issued to recruit a champion to our cause. So Anauni here,
How can I help?
I'm going to give her another trait, which will be politics, to give us that extra tax. And let's go ahead and recruit a champion over here. Get a war maiden just to complete that mission quickly. And she can accompany one of these armies, probably this one, with the chosen sword band and chosen spear band in order to increase their overall unit rank over time. Let's take a quick look at the event messages for this turn. Quartermaster's report with the Britain Scout Riders being completed for the Spear Runners. That's my Druidic Nobles army. Got a motivated populace in Italia. Character trait report. Got a construction report. Faction rises. The Catiori. Then we got the Iesti versus the Bastonais, but looks like the Bastonais already lost that one. Motivated populace in Carthaginensis. Then Suabia is also encouraged. And that's going to be it. So next time we'll have a look at taking Akink from the Aravisi. We can take over Demidi from the Massaeli. and hopefully finish off the last 2 armies of the Iceni Tribal Council. So there you go, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. I know there hasn't been like that many battles as such. There was one where I took over a town, but that's been about it. But yeah, like I say, hopefully you have enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.